Grudge Inc. News Network. This segment is brought to you by No Gut, No Glory. December the 12th, 13th, and 14th in the great state of Florida. It's time to go down to the Sunshine State and let's get ready to rumble. Baldy and the Florida Boys play host to the second annual No Guts, No Glory. They and tons of their friends will be there to do battle. It'll be lots of food, fun, and most of all, drag racing. Grudge racing in particular. Lord to the have mercy. No guts, no glory. Don't you dare miss it. Okay, this segment of Good for the Game will focus on that particular event. The spirit of cooperation in the grudge game. Now, most of us in the grudge game who participate in one form or another, as a promoter, as a racer, as a fan, as a videographer, as a TV news personality, track owner, what have you. Most of us believe, most of us are like-minded in that we all think that we would all be better served by working together. Now let's just take a look at No Guts, No Glory. In a very few days, I believe today is the 20th as I report this, and in 3 short weeks, in 3 very, very short weeks, the whole Grudge Nation will descend on Orlando, Florida. Orlando, as Baldy likes to call it. Whichever city you're going to, we're all going to be in the same place. But that being said, the reason that this thing is coming together, the reason that it's so huge, the reason that it's on everybody's lips right now is not because of one person. It's not because of any little small group of people. It's because of a number of people. Of course, you've got Baldy. You know, he's the center peg. He starts with it, right? Then you got all the guys that are helping him promote, being asked to help him promote, you know, such as myself, such as Willie Dog, such as Grudge Inc. and JB in particular, you know. But Atomic Dog is promoting this race, you know. Antonio Boogie Clark from Facebook, Donya and his guys. Somebody named Sean, I don't know who that is, but these guys are all on Facebook, but these guys are promoting like hell. William Brown, I've heard, you know, Phil Schuler try to lock in some races with the Beast and the Maryland boys, the Four Horsemen, you know, Tony Bynes. It's just the who's who. Short Dog. I got a secret. Walter Mann is supposed to be there too. I'm not supposed to say that out loud, but he said he didn't want anybody jumping on his back. But he says he might be there too. So my point is that there's a lot of people pulling for this race to be a success. A lot of people are talking about this race. A lot of people have come together and they're putting all of their energy and their efforts into making this a success. The last count I heard, there were about 40 races locked in. Now, who can be mad at that? Who's mad at the success of a great event? You know, we all benefit from this race. You know, all of us may not benefit financially, but the sport benefits. When Racer 1 goes down to Florida and beats Racer 2, right? And then you can multiply that 10, 15 times over, because that's I heard there was 40 races, right? You can multiply that 40 times over. Those 2 guys are going to want to do it again. And probably not in Florida, but they'll probably be in Texas or in Chicago or in Detroit or in the Carolinas or in Virginia or Maryland or New Jersey or Chicago or Mississippi, New Orleans, wherever it happens to be. That's all good for the game. See, because if you're a real grudge racer, if you whoop my butt, I'm coming back. Believe me, I'm not sitting on that. I'm not sitting on that L. I'm not sitting on that loss. I'm coming back to get mine. Because that's what grudge racers do. We race. And especially, we got heat for the guy that beat us. So when all these races come together in Florida, when somebody wins and somebody loses, that's a rivalry. That's the beginning of a rivalry if it wasn't one already. Some of these races, like Big Sexy and the Four Horsemen, the Enforcer, that Camaro, those guys have a rivalry. Jimmy McFadden wants to put some sport on them in the worst kind of way. And they believe they got a sucker in Jimmy because they've gotten together 5 times. 2 times they didn't race. Jimmy's paid Punk out money either 2 times or lost 3 times. I don't take pleasure in reporting that because Jimmy is my NGRA partner. So, but the point of the matter is that those are the facts. And now, those guys are going to Florida to settle it again. So the race in Florida, no guts, no glory, is benefiting from this, you know. But that's what happens when we all put all of our energies together, right? So I say this, okay? In life, when you have failures, right? When you have failures, you forget about doing those things again. That's why when people exercise, you don't want to exercise till it hurts, because if you do, you'll have a bad memory and you won't repeat whatever you did to have that bad memory. But if you have a good memory, right, like we're going to have in Florida, why not repeat it? Why not repeat this effort again and again and again? Now again, this can't be every week, obviously. But we can pick 6, 7, 8, 10 races next year where we all can come together. And even for the races that we don't all come together nationally, we can all come together regionally. Whenever Atomic Dog is throwing a race, Alley Cat and Batman and Roy James and the rest of the promoters in the Texas area, Mississippi, Gadget and Big Clark and those guys, and Don Mack and his daughter and the Arkansas boys, all y'all guys, and Boom on Wheels in New Orleans, all you guys can come together and support his event, and vice versa. So that's a regional deal. Same thing in the Carolinas when Tony Wright is having a race, you know. Come together when William Brown is having a race, when Larry T is having a race, you know, when Long Island Joe is having a race, whoever it is, you know. So you can have regional support and you can have national support. But at the end of the day, if we all do that, that'll be good for the game. I'm going to leave you with this thought. Things always change, but as long as that change is good for the game. Just make sure the change is good for the game. Reporting for GNN, the Grudge Inc. News Network, this is ProStock Joe, and now you know what I know.